Hey, it is Paul Jang, and today we're going to be talking about investing in land lots, the covert secrets for the smart investor. If you don't know, I am a land investor. I buy land for, basically super cheap. I buy it 25 cents on the dollar, and I flip it for cash or for terms. Now, the thing that I like to do, and so this is covert secret number one, is to hold property in option agreements. And what this means is when you have a potential deal, you are able to get a property in an option agreement. And what that does is it gives you the permission to buy a property later down the road for a certain price, and it's an agreed between the buyer and seller. So what happens is once you have a deal, right? Let's say, so I said 25 cents on the dollar. So if it's a property worth 10,000 and we're able to buy it for 2,500, if I have multiple deals like that and I don't have the cash on hand, what I'll do is I'll offer an option agreement, and what that allows me to do is hold a bunch of different inventory, right? And whenever I have a sale, I'm able to basically use that option agreement to say, hey, now I'm ready to buy, I purchase it, and then sell it to the next person. And that preserves your capital. So that's a super covert secret that most land investors don't really use. And it's not used so much with houses either, but it's something you might want to consider. Covert secret number two is very similar to the option agreement, but instead of having a separate agreement with this option saying, hey, I have permission to purchase it in the future, you just hold the property under contract for longer, right? And so you extend the closing date and just say, hey, my money's tied up in some other land, is it okay if I purchase it in the next couple months? And you just set it up in your contract to state that, like, you'll purchase it in the next couple months. And your goal here is basically with the option agreement or holding the property under contract for longer is to conserve your capital, right? So if you're interested in basically flipping your land for profit, this is a really good way to go about it. And that's also true for any kind of like real estate deals. It's common if you're wholesaling property and you need a little bit of time to find that buyer. It happens a lot with houses as well. Covert secret number three, it's knowing how many deals you need. So what I mean by that is if you kind of have the end in mind, like, oh, I want $10,000 per month or $3,000 per month, whatever amount of deals you want to have, then you can kind of work backwards to figure out how many deals you need to do per month. The way I get deals is basically by sending in mailers. And so it's basically a numbers game, like how many mailers do I need to send out to get a certain amount of inventory and deals back and ultimately sell that for higher profits. So you can kind of work your way back when you're doing this deal, and most people don't utilize it or think about it. And so like a goal that I would recommend for you guys is basically get a large inventory of different property, and when you do that, you get potential sales in multiple directions. Someone might not be interested in this piece of land, but they might be interested in another one, and that will increase your deal flow. So covert secret number four, and this is true for a lot of businesses, but having a VA, a virtual assistant, basically a virtual assistant kind of helps you out doing a bunch of the manual menial work. There's a great book by Tim Ferriss, The 4-Hour Work Week. In that book, he leverages other people and other systems to kind of give him the time that he wants back for himself, right, to do whatever else he wants to do. And so the concept's very similar, like have some virtual assistants in place to kind of help you out with marketing the properties and helping you out with your CRM or this or that. And that's applied through whatever business you want to have, right? Create systems don't just work in your business but on your business. The covert secret number five is finding funding partners, and this is going to be true for any kind of business that requires more capital. So that could be in real estate with houses, or you know, in this business with land, you know, having the capital to buy land, or you know, some kind of goods or materials or something that you might need. But your funding partners can come, I think, in predominantly 3 ways. In the beginning, it could be, you know, your family and friends. The second group is other land investors, or you know, people within that business. And the third one is the bank, basically, or credit unions, getting loans and lines of credit to kind of fund your capital. But you just got to be sure that the business is going to work for you and it's profitable if you're going to go that route. The 6th Covert secret is having some kind of CRM in place. You want to be able to track your inventory, what is coming in, what is going out. If you're in a business that requires a bunch of inventory, you might need something more fancier like Shopify or something like that. But you know, for lands, generally you don't have as much inventory. You know, you could get to 100. Most land investors aren't going to get to that point until later down the road. So a really good option in the beginning is to use just kind of a Google sheet or an Excel sheet and just start tracking everything. There's other, you know, paid for land investment software that you can use. Pebble is a growing CRM that land investors are using, as well as LandSpeed. Just expect to pay a couple $100, you know, to use that system. You know, I would say just go with the free option for a while. The most important thing for your land business is really marketing, getting the deals, and selling them, marketing them, you know, for someone else to buy it from you. So worry about those 2 things. All these other secrets are kind of supporting those things, but you know, you might not have considered those aspects of your business. So that's the thing with land investing. It's pretty profitable. I highly recommend it. Check out the description below for, you know, different details on this kind of stuff, and put in the comments any questions you might have, and anything you might want to see in the future. Take care. This is Paul Jang. Have a good one.